Hello, viewers. Welcome to our program, Kicking It with Coach Donald. And once again, I'm being joined by the Warriors legend, none other than Ceiphas Chimedza. Ceiphas, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me on the show, Coach Donald. And good evening or good afternoon, viewers, wherever you're watching from.
Yeah, Ceiphas, we have made it. Now this is our third episode. The one I did with two that I did with you, then one I did with Evans. Then there's also one that I did with Carlos
Yeah.
Max. I think it will be on the channel today. Yeah. So, hey, I've been speaking to some football legends as if as people are not
Yes.
happy. People are not happy. I don't want to lie to you.
Why are they not happy? What's wrong? Why are they not happy?
It's like they were in a relationship with ZIFA and they
Yeah.
parted ways, and it's like they are bitter exes.
That's how it is in football, There are a lot of
Yeah,
heartbreaks all over.
because one of them said, "Trust me, I have taken time out of football, and
Yeah.
till things
Yeah.
change, then I'll come back again." So that brings to the issue of today. See, first,
Yes.
it might be a little bit contra-political, but I mean, they should just bear with us. It is what it is. Because
Yeah.
our football from a distance is bad. Then
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
make a close up, it's very bad.
Unfortunate. That's the unfortunate thing. Yeah, that's correct. What you have said.
Yes. So let's start with the elections, right? They were, I
Yeah.
think, a month ago, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What's your take? What's your take on the election? What can you say? ZIFA election.
We now have a ZIFA board in place. So for now, what we can do as football lovers is just to support those who are now in the office. And we show that we are going to pull in the same direction. I think over the years, that has been the problem that we have had, whereby whoever was selected into office, we try to fight them, we try to challenge them, we want to see them fail. So for now, I can say we just have to support the ZIFA board that is there, regardless of whatever happened during the elections and so on and so on. All of us, we had our preferred candidates. And as
True.
it is in any election, there can only be one winner. And for now, it is Mr. Magwizi. So we try to support him.
Yes. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's progressive. That's progressive.
Yeah.
I agree 100% because now if we start fighting the person now that is on the
Yeah.
helm, we're not making much progress to our football. But
Yeah,
what
it is.
what we can do is we can address the future.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So what can we say now? Let's go back to the issue now of politicians
Yeah.
that have got their hands on our association. Because
Yeah.
CFAs have been looking into this saga.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. First, let's start with the amendment of the Constitution, whereby
Yeah.
they said, okay, now they wanted 5 levels and other requirements that
Yeah.
they imposed. What can you say on that?
Yeah, I think with the 5 level thing, I don't agree with it because as some people have said that is the highest office in football and it has to be treated as such. But I don't think there is any other office wherever in Zim where they ask only for 5 levels. So if it was about education to say we need someone who has really achieved something educationally, I think they would have said, okay, we want someone with this kind of degree, this kind of this kind of this, not to just say 5 levels. Because if you say 5 levels and then you eliminate certain people, but there's those people over the years, they've done something more than those who had 5 levels. Like, for example, if someone played football at the highest level, I think that person would have achieved more in the football world than someone who just had 5 levels and did some other things in another sector. I can give an example of, let's say, Benjani.
Benji, yes.
Benji, yeah, what he has achieved in football, what he has seen. in the football world. I think you cannot say to him, now we disqualify you. It
Yes,
cannot,
yes, yes, yes.
you know. And also
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you have to also say, okay, with your 5 O levels,
Mm.
you might have gone to school in 1990. And then from 1990 up to 2025, what is it that you have done?
Yes.
You know, if I was just, for example, so I'm not demeaning anyone, I joined the police force with my 5 O levels. And then in the police force, I did not even get any other rank. I came in as a constable and retired as a constable. I could not even get a rank to sergeant, to assistant inspector, to this and this. And then all of a sudden I'm a success. It can't be. It can't be. So it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
matter
yeah.
of what is it that you have done with your 5 O levels.
Mm.
So we have to find a way where we can incorporate everyone with your skill sets,
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes,
in the football,
yes.
not to be like we are trying to eliminate people. It can't work like that. That's when we, at the end of the day, you start to have a situation whereby if one is elected into office, the next party wants them to fail because
Oh,
of
yeah,
how it would have been done during the elections.
during the election. No, I agree, Cephas. And also, we're going to be looking at the candidates that were contesting. We will look at them one by one. But let's look at the Benjani issue and Farai Jere. I mean, those were people like beyond any reasonable doubt. We know them
Yeah,
that they were in the football. We don't have to
exactly.
second guess their contributions, right? So the way I'm feeling right now, Cephas, is that before the amendments, probably they saw that, okay, we have got so and so. I'm not saying Benjani doesn't have 5 levels. Benjani, if you are watching this, I'm not saying that. I don't know. But like I'm saying, maybe it was an issue of seeing the people
Whatever it
contesting.
was, yeah.
Yes, then try to see, to impose things that can take these guys out of the race. So it was like purging them.
In a way, it was like that because there were certain things that were put in there that you can see that it's a elimination before any other thing.
Mm.
You've got a thing of you have to be a resident in Zim for 2 years. You can look at, for example, let's say Tulani Ngube, ex-captain for Highlanders,
For
ex-captain for
Islanders.
the Warriors, the under 23. He's a football person. He's doing things in the football world, but now he's based in the US. So
Mm.
we can't
Mm.
say that he's not qualified enough to run for office just because he's based somewhere. But wherever he's based, he's getting more football knowledge, which we can use
Exactly,
in our
exactly,
football. So we have to
exactly.
look at those kind of things to say, are we doing it for the good of our football, or we are just blocking some people out?
Mm. Mm. Yeah, that's a valid point, Cephas. I have to take that. So also looking at another angle, Cephas, politicians for years. They can't stay away from ZIFA. I think ZIFA is a magnet that, you know. So I look back, I reflected on this. It was after I came across an article that says a gentleman by the name Wicknell Chivayo made a comment on the preferred candidate. Then it
Yeah,
happened that that candidate won the elections.
yeah,
And also looking at the resume of that candidate, right?
yeah.
You can see some of the football experience that it was tailor-made. That's my opinion. Forgive me for that. But like, yeah, so what can you say? What can you say?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it went to such a thing whereby some outside influence was now there, and when it was the time of campaigning, I even said it on my Facebook page that there is one candidate who is already far ahead. You know, it's unfortunate, but the truth is we cannot separate football, especially in Africa, from politics. As long as there's the Ministry of Sport, then there's our SRC, then there is ZIFA. It's going to be politically connected.
Mm.
So it wasn't in a way, we can say it wasn't a surprise that the results were like that. But I cannot say that was the reason why someone won.
Yeah. No, we
Yeah,
can as well speculate. I mean,
yeah,
that's what people do in football. We
yeah,
speculate. It's like if you make a blunder, I mean, in the pitch, we can
yeah.
safely assume that it's match fixing.
That's where we are now with our football, indeed.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's bad, Cephas.
Yeah,
But like now you mentioned the SRC. Also, it
yeah.
looks like it's inevitable for government not to be there because SRC is a government.
It's a
Uh,
government.
Ye- yes, the government arm, and it oversees
Yeah,
football. So, which
yeah.
means whether we like it or not, government is there.
Politics is there. Yeah, that
We
is.
are, yes, we are stuck with it. Then I have an administrator who told me that, okay, SRC is government, and when ZIFA has problems, maybe before FIFA, sorry, they pass through SRC
Yeah,
for help. Right? Maybe reaching out to FIFA, it might take more days. So they might
yeah,
safely go to SRC. And they said, so if we can bail the Warriors, why can't we dictate what
yeah.
they
It
should
is.
do? Yeah.
But
So,
the unfortunate thing with the involvement of SRC in our football is that not just in our football, but in our sport, is that they wait until things are rotten.
mm,
That's when they now come in. But when things are already bad, instead of always overseeing how things are done, how things are being run, make sure that things are being done properly. But once they wait until the last minute, that's when we end up with the situation of the past 2 years where we were suspended.
and I pray that we will never go back to that situation where we out of football.
And that was not nice. That was not nice.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, so hey, we talked about it. The issue of stadiums. And now that we mentioned the SRC, then you also mentioned the issue of reacting to things when they are happening instead of reacting to things before they happen. For example, like when we are doing a send off for the Warriors to the AFCON, that's where probably we'll start the fundraising.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of starting already now, we know that we qualified from last year.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Because I was also reading in the newspapers, we have supporters that are stuck in Durban. And now the association is distancing itself from the people. So, what advice can you or recommendations can you give to our administration?
On this one is just like they have to plan ahead
Mm,
because as it is, we have a calendar
mm.
that we know on these days, on these dates, we have so and so. On those days, we have so and so. So they have to plan ahead. you know. Like now, our next match against Benin in the World Cup
Benin.
qualifiers, there should already be communication between the association and the relevant supporters associations. That is, if we have something like that, so that they can see how they can help each other out in terms of logistics to travel to the match and back to Zim. So they have to start planning now.
Yes. And there should be proper accounting of the people traveling
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Durban. You understand?
Something like that. Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that if we are traveling to Durban, it should be put in writing between the association and the supporter traveling because you can't say we take you from Harare, then you start go and do your own things in Durban.
Yeah.
Then if things go south, then you start saying, I'm stuck now, but I was with the association, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is from the word go. Each and every supporter who wants to go, they have to know that okay, I'm going, and maybe it's this as the association. Sorry, the association is the one that is footing my bills and everything involved, or I am on my own. Things along those lines. Then everything is just clear. Because what happened when the Mighty Warriors played in South Africa, it's not a good thing to see.
Well, can you shed more light? I missed that on the Mighty Warriors. What happened there?
And the Mighty Warriors played a match, I think they played in Pretoria, and
Okay.
apparently there were some buses that were sourced. I'm not sure who did it, but I know one of the buses belonged to Zimbabwe. And some supporters went to support the Mighty Warriors. And then after the match, some fans were stuck there in Pretoria. I don't know what had happened with the transport. And then ZIFA had to put out a statement to say, as an association, we were not involved in all this planning to do with the fans who traveled. So that's what I'm talking about, because I think some of the fans, when they went, they thought things would be done for them. I think it was something like that. So we
Mm-hmm.
ended up having a lot of, you know how it is nowadays with social media. What we saw on social media, the photos and the plight of those fans, it was not nice.
It's not a good thing. And again, still the problem comes back to our infrastructure, Cephas.
Yeah,
That's the price that we pay for not having our national sports.
yeah, exactly. That's where we are now.
Yes, and also one legend. We spoke on the phone. He's based in the UK, so he was telling me that he last saw, I think, like 7 months ago, he saw the buckets being put in
On
the
the bucket
national.
seat, yeah.
Yeah, but he's saying till now there's nothing. It's just two sections covered, and then yeah, it made headlines in the news, and that's
Yeah,
it.
no.
I mean, what's your? Do you have any info on the stadium? What's happening?
I don't have much info, but I think the last time we spoke last week, I mentioned that the biggest problem that we are having with the renovation of our stadia is that we are concentrating on one issue where CAF would have said, do this, and then we concentrate only on that. Because at this moment, we have everyone saying bucket seats, bucket seats, bucket seats. But there's more to, let's say, the National Sports Stadium. For it to be approved, there is a lot of work to be done. It's not just about bucket seats,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you look at the changing rooms, they are not in order. Last time they just did something like painting and stuff and stuff. Those were the requirements from about 4 or 5 years ago. I'm sure by now
Mm.
things have already moved forward.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
yeah, there's more to be done than just the bucket seats. Those bucket seats is just nothing.
Yeah, yeah, Cephas, I think that's the problem with our sports. We're not strategic. We're not strategic
Yeah,
enough. I like the point that you mentioned in our last discussion, and you gave Belgium as a case study. That you see, Belgium, they know that, okay, Germany is a powerhouse.
yeah,
Then they actually sent some representatives to Germany
yeah,
and
yeah.
study
So,
the system. Yeah, after that, then they come in, and implement. So looking into our situation, CFAs, we can safely say we're not strategic enough. We might be having the brains, the education, you name it, but we're not strategic. Yeah, because like I would want a situation whereby by now we should be having like a budget to say, okay, this is the budget for infrastructure. I mean, that coming from the SRC to say, okay, we need to build, let's say, two stadiums, right?
yeah,
500 million. That's the
yeah,
budget. And then it should be a song nationwide to say, guys, for our soccer to be revived, we need to set up this infrastructure and it's costing 500 million. Then we have the stakeholders, you know, chipping into the association, helping for
you,
development of
you know,
infrastructure.
the biggest problem is that we don't have people qualified for a certain sector leading that sector. You know, you can't. Let's say, for example, I've got a friend of mine, Ali Kasim. He's an engineer.
Okay.
You can't have him because he's so educated. He's got all these qualifications. He cannot go and run a Rainbow Towers hotel
Mm.
just because he's so educated. You know, this is the problem that we have in Zim, in a lot of sectors that the person who will be running that sector doesn't have the qualifications for that.
For that
If you've
particular
got
sector.
if you don't have people who know things in football, in the football world, you are not going to turn things around in our football. You know, small things like, for example, a training camp. If someone doesn't has never been in football, he will not understand the importance of that,
Of a training camp.
of a training camp. If you put someone in position of as a manager, and that person has never played football, like the position of manager, not the UK kind of manager as in a coach,
Oh
but
yeah,
someone who
I
runs the
understand.
things, and then that
Yeah.
person has never played football, he will never understand the importance of a phone call to a foreign-based player, the guy who's playing in, let's say, in Belgium, to just pick up a phone call and talk to that player.
Yes.
You will not understand how important it is. You will not understand the importance of saying, okay, we've got these foreign-based players who are coming in on that day. We have to make sure that at the airport, things are ready for them to be picked up.
Yeah.
They don't have to come there and be looking all over the place to say, how can I come? Where at the end of the day, someone can say, yeah, but then they've got money, they can take a taxi to the hotel, things like that, you know. It's all about these
Yeah.
small things. So you can say, like, we need a budget for ABC, but if the person doesn't know anything about football, that budget will be useless.
It'll be useless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to budget for.
What to buy, what to use
Yeah.
it for, things along those lines, you know. Because at this given moment, we still look at where we are with our football. We are at a place where we are celebrating a team buying a bus. It's big news. Look at that bus, look at that bus, look at that bus.
Yeah.
But then later on, if you look at that bus, you compare it with the buses of international teams. When you go on the bus of an international team, you'll see, like, okay, the seats on this bus are different from the seats on the bus of the team in Zim. The space between me and the next guy, you know, I am seated nicely on this bus because they want me to feel good so that I can go and play a match. This bus is not just like a commercial bus. It's those small details where you are like, okay, the person who was involved in acquiring this bus is actually involved in football. They understand how it is in football. Like, a commercial bus is different from the bus that will take a team from Harare to Blawayo.
Kariba.
Yeah, exactly, you see?
Yeah. I mean, Cephas, now you're speaking like a footballer now, because, like, let's say I was managing a team, let's say Caps United,
Yeah.
and then we know that we're gonna have a midweek fixture to Kariba. So we have to look at, okay, the time of traveling that we're gonna have, and the
Yeah.
comfort in the bus, the leg space, and everything. We
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
factor all those in. If they
Yeah.
are not pro to the game that we're going to play, maybe we might need to outsource a
Yeah.
better bus, you know, to say, just to write
Yeah.
to the management and say, because with the nature of competition and the time frame that we have, we can't go with this bus. But if you are not football minded,
This is my point. Like, it's easy to buy a luxurious bus, yeah, and we celebrate it. It's a right step in the right direction.
yes.
But there's a but. Or the but is like, okay, we can do what's happening in the football world. Like, the bus has to be really tailor made in that way.
But does it fit the purpose?
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
does it fit the purpose? Because if you are in a sector, I'll give you an example. Like you have I saw your boy on Facebook. So
Yeah.
as he is growing up, you know, like when he was in, let's say, grade 5,
Yeah.
or when he was only 5, you could not buy him a size 5 ball, right? You
Yes,
need to buy him
exactly.
a smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if you don't know anything about football, you
You will
just think,
just buy.
yes,
Exactly.
the
You'll be
boy
like,
needs a ball.
but he's got 20 balls at home, like, but they are not the correct size for him. Things
Exactly,
along those lines. Yeah, that's
exactly.
my point.
Yeah. So now to bring another point, Cephas, which is key, that is education. okay, let's say training and development. So we have association like SRC, Zimbabwe
Yeah,
Olympic Committee. They've got like
yeah,
some courses. I've attended some like sports management, advanced sports management, which are key, and that football clubs and even the association itself
yeah,
should work with this and try to invest much in that education that can develop our
yeah.
management skills.
It's something that I used to talk about a lot with the late Norman Maroto. We used
Oh,
to talk a
Maroto,
lot,
yes, yes.
yeah, with those because Norman was with FAS, which is
Mm,
a union that helps players. I used to say to him, Norman, as far as why don't you talk to the players so that rather than getting all these kind of signing on fees, yeah,
mm,
part of the signing on fees can be put into an education kind of trust fund or whatever, where when the player like you are 30 years with a team, you're going to be to sign a 3-year contract. Let's have something like in that 30 years, you say, okay, can I go and have this kind of education?
mm,
And you know that the team is actually going to pay for you while least you are still with them. It
mm.
can be even a coaching course, like a coaching where you go, you get your CAF A, CAF B, whatever. When you are, while least you are still playing, you know that the club is going to pay those fees, which later on you might struggle when you have stopped football.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, so it's a matter of during that moment when one is still playing, let them be enrolled in such education things that you have mentioned with the ZOC and stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very key because one, it enlightens people. You know, like when you attend a course, Cephas, you start knowing things that you didn't know prior to the course, and then you
yeah,
start challenging yourself, like, what was I doing all along? I'll give you an example. Like recently, I enrolled in tactical analysis, right, with the FC Baka, and I was coaching without that course, and now I'm thinking, what was I telling the players
yeah,
during halftime? Because some of the analysis aspect, I was clueless about them. I never thought that like they exist in the football space. So continuous development educationally is key. And
yeah, yeah.
but when you were there playing for Caps, from your own observation, was that thing there?
We did not, we only concentrated on playing. It was all about I play, I go home, I get my money, I play, I go home, I play. That was the thing.
That
Or
was the
there
thing.
weren't any other programs that will kind of help players.
Mm. But I'm also happy with the association. I don't know if you had, because they had the stakeholder consultation. Yeah, so something like that. I think it's the right path that
Yeah,
they were
that then
taking.
they are doing something good. That will be good.
Yes, so we need to give them credit. We can't be just sitting there criticizing, these guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
So another thing, Cephas, like with our football, it has been marred with controversy, things like match fixing,
yeah,
corruption at the highest level, the association. We talked about it. Remember that issue when we were talking about, big fishes traveling with their girlfriends
yeah, yeah. To
and
the
stuff
tournament,
like
yes.
that. Yeah. Is it like an African problem or it's a Zimbabwe problem?
Having played with some guys from Cameroon, I played with Piers Ndiefi, who won the AFCON with Cameroon. I played with Sebastian Siani, who won the AFCON with Cameroon. I
Mm.
played with Igor Lolo from Ivory Coast. I think the stories are almost the same. The Zimbabwean stories and the stories from those guys in Africa, they are almost the same. So I think we
Mm.
can say it's a kind of an African thing.
Yeah, no, Cephas, but we Zimbabweans, I think we go to the extremes. We
Yeah,
go to
because
the
we know
extreme.
we do read our own newspapers, we follow our own stories, but I think it's everywhere in the world, which in Africa, sorry, which we have to try to change that kind of mentality to say, okay, football is football.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like also that issue now, especially match fixing, Cephas,
no,
it is something that would take us time to bounce back from from there, because the trust between the supporters now, the fans, and with the association, it's no longer there. I mean, have you noticed that like I said before, I was following Chipezese, right? That boy
Sure.
is a fine goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I look down the comments, right, it is that blunder that he made against Congo that is still holding him up to now, because people will say, that guy,
No, it's not. It's not just about Elvis. It's the
Mm,
whole football, the whole Zimbabwean football.
mm,
Because last week, during the first week of the Castle Lager Premier League, I think Scotland scored last minute. It was an on goal, and already people were like, this is not a normal on goal. There were some payments, and then the next day there was the match. The Rentals against ZPC. Yeah, it was a Rentals versus ZPC. And Rentals scored after what some people said it was a foul. And then
mm,
already people were like, oh no, the referees were paid. So I think Asia Gate ruined things for Zim
everything for
football.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, the people will no longer trust any kind of mistake, any kind of whatever. Even when a coach sets his team, people are already say, okay, this is a match fixing team. So yeah, it will take forever for us to go away from that.
To
Unfortunately,
recover from
yeah, to recover from
that.
that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Hey, I didn't plan for this Cephas, but like Caps is a big team, Dynamos is a big team, Highlanders is a big, and you happen to be a product of Caps United. I mean, I'm
Dynamos.
also no. We don't talk about. I happen to be a Caps United supporter.
Yeah,
Before I came to the program, people have been saying, "Can you speak more with Cephas about Caps?"
yeah,
I mean, like me, my focus, I wanted more to be on the national team and
yeah.
ZIFA. That's my interest. But yeah, so we're gonna go there. You played with the cream of Caps, according to some sectors.
Yeah, I played in a good team. I played in
Yes,
a
with
good
Ian
group. Yeah,
Bakala,
yeah, yeah,
Raymond Undi.
yeah.
He was like my favorite. Okay, so yeah, but towards the end of of the program, we're gonna do a clash.
Yeah.
The Caps United clash, you and me. So you assemble your best Caps United team. I'll assemble
Oh.
mine. Then in the comment section,
Uh,
people,
eh, which best Caps United, like from my time or from the
ah,
whole Caps United?
all Caps United history.
No, that's difficult.
Yeah, so we'll leave that towards the end, towards
No,
the end of the program. Yeah, but we want to talk about that era
yeah,
of Charles Mshauri. Like I said before, it's not something that I wanted to, but there are some like diehard fans,
yeah.
and they want to hear more about that. Like, what can you say about that era with Charles Mshauri and other guys that I mentioned?
I think when you want to talk about that Caps story, the main actor has to be Mr. Twine Peary.
Twan Piri.
Yeah, Twine Peary did a lot for that team to finally win the titles. You
Mm,
know, as a businessman, he did a lot for that team. And he was not just someone who's putting in money, like, I've got a team, I put in money. No, he was putting in money, wanting to win something. Because if you look at it in 2004, when we win the title, people talk about that, but the project had already started some years before. When they started to bring in players like Brian Matza from Water Action, David Sengu, the same, Walter Chuma from Amazulu. If you take a player like during that time, if you could not take a player from Amazulu to bring him there.
to
He
bring him that
managed
side.
to go to Amazulu, bring someone like Walter Chuma, made people go somewhere to scout you. They brought in energy. No one knew energy, Murambadoro. Energy came
Okay.
in, Bokwe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, they kept on building the team slowly, slowly, slowly. He was sending players out on loan. Europe, and then that money that was coming from Europe, use it in the team. And then later on in 2003, what he did, up to now, I don't understand. I've spoken to him to say, how did you do it? How he brought Caesar Khoza.
The
When he
one from
brought
South
Caesar
Africa
Khoza, no, from Highlanders,
or
Caesar
from
was,
Islanders? Okay.
when you spoke about Highlanders, the Highlanders from 1998 to 2002, the one that won 4 consecutive titles.
Mm.
I think the name of Caesar will be up there with the most important players of like
Yeah.
Highlanders.
He
He
played
take
with.
him from Highlanders. Yeah, he take him from Highlanders to Caps. Then he sent Charles Mplauri to Europe to further his education, football education.
No,
And
that
then up,
Charles one, that Charles Mshauri was because of Zimbabwe Olympic Committee.
really,
When he it was
he was
a
the,
Zimbabwe.
but he was employed by Caps United when he
Yes,
moved
yes,
to,
I
yeah,
know, but that
okay,
deal was facilitated by Zimbabwe Olympic.
okay, and then yeah. So there was that, and then later on, someone like Rahman was already doing more work in 2003. Then by 2004, when Charles Mplauri approached me to join Caps United, he was the first one to approach me to say, we want you to Caps United. And I just brushed it off. I was a Dynamo's boy through and through. There
Yeah,
was
because of
nowhere. There was,
Churchill, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
for me it was,
There's a link right between Churchill and Dynamos.
yeah, there was they.
Okay.
So when he said, I want you at Caps United, I really loved him off like, hey, you know. But then I think after about a week or so, Twine Perry got involved, personally calling me. He came
Mm.
to Mapuku where I lived. I
Mm.
was not at home. He waited for me for more than an hour to talk to me.
Wow.
And then from there, he was telling me, listen, Ceiphas, I've got players coming from Malawi, I've got players coming from Zambia. This is our year as Caps United. The foundation has been laid. We just need a few touches here and there.
And we need you
So
in the team.
I came in. Haji Tambala came in from Malawi. Lafta Chilembe came in from Zambia. Ian Bakala came in from Zambia. And there was also Peter Mponda, but at the end, he did not play for Caps, but he came. He was the captain of Malawi at that moment. He was so good. He ended up playing for Monomtapa in South Africa. So you can see that he was doing something amazing with the group. And then when we finally came into to be together as a group, Charles and Mplauri managed to get the best out of us. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yeah, and I remember that team was like Man City in terms of depth. I'm telling you, I remember there was a game that Dynamos needed points so badly, and they played the second team that had Sungai Mdzamiri.
Yeah.
And people thought, that was match fixing when they saw the lineup. But still, Dynamos failed to be the best.
Now, the thing is, at Caps United at that moment, during those days, let's say during training, you would have mostly like the first 11 guys on one side, and then some guys who are just like fringe players on the other side. So whenever we had to say, let's say a match, Charles Mklaur always made sure that both sides play the same. It was never like what a lot of coaches do where they concentrate with the first team, the first 11, things like that. He would stop training to explain things to the guys who are on the other side. So what happened there was that the other guys who were not getting a lot of game time, whenever they got the chance to play with the first 11, they knew exactly what to do.
Yeah,
They
because
came in, they fit in seamlessly.
it was like a
Because
shared vision.
if I tell you something like, whenever I say that to people later say, yeah, that's true. Like in 2004, in the beginning of the season, it was not Raymond Undi playing on the left side of Caps United. The first 2 games, it was Blessing Makunike.
Yogo.
After Yogo's accident, then Caesar Khoza came to play on the left. Then Caesar got injured later on, and then Undi came in. So there were three guys who played on the left, but it was seamless. And then everyone just knows like Undi was there because they could not even see his absence before. That's
Oh, I
how
see.
good
Yes,
the
yes.
team was, the
The
group
team
was.
was.
Yeah,
Wow. But like, there's also one thing that I mourn when I look into our football situation. You know, we've got Caps is a big club, but there's no that community engagement. For example, if I walk into the street of Harare, I don't see even like a Caps United, shop where I can just go in, maybe buy myself a mug,
yeah,
or a replica jersey, something like that. But yeah, like if you come, maybe England, if you go here in the
yeah,
United States, a community club that is less impact. For example, there's Port Washington here in New York. They've got a shop. You go there, you can buy stuff for that. But
yeah.
it's an unknown team. What can you say about that, like community engagement between
Yeah,
our big clubs? And
I think it's not a Caps United problem. It's a Zim problem. Even with the Warriors, you can't find a show. You can't go to ZIFA and say, I want to buy a jersey. I think it's all to do with the sponsorship first. If you don't have a sponsor for your replicas, then it's difficult for you to have something because you, as a team, you are buying your own shirts from somewhere. So if you are buying your own shirts from somewhere, it's difficult now for you to buy and sell them later to the fans. It's
yeah.
those kind of things that make it difficult. But, with the, let's say, for example, Highlanders and Dynamos, they got some assistance from Sakunda to get the Adidas football kits
Mhm.
there. So they could have had opened some shops and sell their things in there.
Yeah, but it's a pity we have some sport brands in Zimbabwe like Faithway. We were supposed to work with those guys. I mean, like, because it's not about wearing Adidas or Nike. It's
Yeah,
just about having, something. Yeah. So I think such partnerships, it also brings, that point of partnerships. I don't think our association, sorry to leave Caps, but we're going to come back to Caps before we wind up. I think our association doesn't do much to foster those partnerships with relevant
yeah,
organizations. I'll give an example. I was reading over the newspaper years back where we had a foreign base and he was struggling with a passport. Can you imagine?
yeah,
A
yeah.
simple thing like a passport, which I think with our national setup, it should be just a phone call. You understand? And then everything is done. Yeah.
It used to be like that when I was coming through the youth setup.
Mm.
Sometimes we were selected in the team because of having a passport or not. They'll ask you, do you have a passport? You say, yeah, I have. You are like, okay, your name is, we'll put it down. Do you have a passport? No, I don't have. Then it's like, sorry, we can't have you in the team.
Stuff like
So it was like those kind of things you have to fix on your own, you know.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if one of the ZIFA guys are listening, it's something that the association should work hard on, just to have those partnerships with
Yeah,
relevant
yeah,
authorities. Yeah, hey, we're running out of time, but let's go back to Caps now. I want you to tell us more, like your memorable game that you can say, be it in the national sports or Baba Field, where you can say the stadium was, it was shaking and like things were happening. There was much action.
For me, the most memorable game is my first game for Caps United. It was at the National Sports Stadium, first match of the season in 2004. We were playing against the Black Rhinos. We won 3-1, and I scored a brace. I scored 2 goals. So for me, it was really very important coming from across town. It was very important that on that day I won over the supporters because
Wow,
it was not a secret to be like I was a Dynamos boy, you know.
they knew.
So sometimes, yeah, it would be like it's difficult for them back then to just embrace someone who's coming from Dynamos. So scoring a brace on my debut, it made everything easy for the rest of my time at Caps United. So
I
that
see,
made
I
it
see.
forever live in my memory.
In your memories.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk more about that. So before we go see first now, let's go back to your best 11 Caps United. But you playing for my team, so you're not including yourself because you my player. Yeah, yeah, you're playing in my team. So I mean, like you were playing midfield, right? Like a six or eight, right?
I played mostly. I played left back.
Left back.
They made me play left back. Yeah.
Because so I was wrong. So I played you out of position in my last team with Evans because I played you six.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Midfield was my thing. It's so
Yeah.
you
So
are good. You are an
yeah.
actual coach.
So I said I'll make you rotate because I could see you're attacking because I also saw like this AFCON game where you were
Yeah.
against Ghana. I could see like you were also good with transition going forward.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so I was like, okay, I'll rotate you between six and eight there.
No, I was actually a midfielder. That my career in Belgium. If you talk about me, people will say, "Oh, what an amazing attacking midfielder." I was the number 10 in Belgium.
Wow,
I played
wow.
actually behind the striker.
Behind the strikers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was right to play you out of position, but still you were good. Okay, let's go to your 11 and the coach. So which means the player that you pick, I won't be able to pick it.
Uh, Listen, I have to first give. I was a Dynamos supporter,
Mm,
so being a Dynamos fan, it means I wanted Caps United to lose.
I
I did
know.
not want anything. I did not want anything good from Caps United.
Yeah.
So I will stick with the team that I played with, the guys that I played with, because before that, and not only that, I did not really watch that many Caps United matches in that way with the neutral eye. It was really like, no, I don't want them to do well. I don't want. But also the other thing is, Caps United is a rich history. I will be biased. I will not name the kind of players that should be in there because sometimes there are stories that we hear, like let's say, whom can I say?
Okay.
I did not watch him, but if you listen to people talk about him, it's an amazing story. If you hear stories of Joe Shambo, it's amazing stories. The same with the Shekita or things like
Shake
that,
it.
but I did not
Yes.
watch them. So if I
Yeah.
have to say this is my team, it will be injustice. So my team will be mostly of the players that I played with.
Yeah. That would make things easy for me because I'm also shallow in terms of players. Yeah, so that will give me a pool of players to select.
Yeah,
And let's hope the
yeah,
team that I'll select will be a strong squad.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's hear your team, Ceiphas.
Okay, I played with a lot with Witness and Kuli. Witness was amazing for my team. I will stick with Witness. I could have said Energy Gokwe Murambador because we all know what he did, but like I said, I'm going to stick more with the guys that I played with. So Witness is my goalkeeper.
Okay, witness. Yeah, then we right back.
Right back. It's not debatable there. David Sengu. David was Maketo was amazing. Yeah,
Single was good.
yeah. Even if you look at national teams, almost a lot of coaches always called him up. It says a lot about how good he was. Yeah.
Okay, then center back, best center back,
Center back, there was Laughter Chilembe.
Laughter Chilembe.
Laughter Chilembe was Laughter
Center
Chilembe
back,
was good. Left center back, I'll go for my brother, Elton.
Elton Chimedza, right?
Elton was amazing because I know him from when we were young boys and growing up. He was actually my role model. So it's Elton.
Take that. Then left back.
You said I can't select myself. I was the only one playing there at left back.
No, you playing for my team, bruh. So
Okay, okay. I will change something. Right back, I will put Aston Mator.
Aston Matola. Okay.
Then left back, I'll put David Sengu. David Sengo could do it on both
Could do
flanks. So
it both.
David will go on left back. Yeah,
All right. So yeah, so the defense line is done. Then let's
the
go to
defense
the
line is
number. Yeah, let's go to the number 6. Who do you put there?
technically, and how can I say, technique and understanding the game and stuff, it would be Lloyd Chitembo. I think Lloyd is one of the best for number 6, but I've got a but Ashley Musa, Ashley Rambane Pasi gave
Rambana
more.
Pasi, yes.
Yeah, I think he will give the team more balance because of his energy and everything. So Ashley would go be on in front of the defense.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so yeah, then the right wing,
Right wing, Atwoma
Adoma Bisa. Okay.
and he
Yeah.
was very important for our team both in 2004 and 2005. I think he was the guy who made that click. He knew how to play that side. He
Mm,
was different. So Atwoma
he was
will
good.
be, yeah.
Yeah. So we said right wing, now left wing.
Ooh, very difficult. Two top talents, Raymond Undi and Joseph Kamwendo. You know, Joseph is
I
the only
wanted
one.
Undi. But
Joseph
Undi,
is the only foreign player who
yeah.
won the Soccer Cup there. But unfortunately for Joseph, I played with him only for a few games in 2005, and I played a lot with Ray Undi. So Ray will have that edge just because of how long I saw him in action for Cape United. So Undi will go on the left.
I used to, because most of the time I used to see Undi like dribbling from the middle of the park. So I would think maybe he was a 8 or.
No. That one is someone. Even if you have to play a small-sided game, he will go to stand just on the left. He was a
Mm.
winger, like a left winger. He
Yeah,
was,
I understand. But you see,
yeah,
when he does like I'm trying to refresh. When he does the, he had good ball control and everything.
yes,
Like,
yes,
you remember like they play like Chumaili Moyo, how Chumaili
yeah,
Moyo would
yeah,
go,
yeah.
how Gidiza would go. So like when I would watch, yeah, when the girl goes like, I've been seeing him more from the middle.
It's because how we moved, how we shifted as a team. Like when the ball is that side, the left guy is really in midfield. We are putting an extra person in midfield. Then the right back of the other team is thinking, where do I go? Do I take him in the middle? So when the ball
Mm.
is with Undo on the left, then Atwo Mabisa is coming also in midfield. It was really like
Oh yeah, so it
that
was
with the movement.
rotation
Yeah,
and moving
yeah,
into space and everything like that. Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we're done with midfielders, right? Now you need strikers.
So which formation did we do? We do 4-4 or
Yeah, you can use this up to you.
the formation they kill everything. So we
Yeah, yeah.
said center left. Then we are left with a very position. I will have Ian Bakala in
Ian
front
Bakala.
of I'll have Ian Bakala in front of Ashley Maestro.
Wow.
Maestro,
Yeah.
that one.
Yes. Another striker.
Do I have one striker or do I have two?
Yeah, you selected one now, so you put
Oh,
Bakala right.
then
Yeah,
the formation is not working because Bri- Brian Badza and Leonard Tsipa, they come as
they
their
play
package.
same. They are a nine, nine, nine,
You don't
nine.
take you don't take one. You have
Yeah.
to. Okay, if I really had time to think it over, maybe I would have a system where we have three at the back in defense, and then later on have two strikers who Badza and Tsipa, because they really complemented each other well, so they would have to play. So in a way, I would remove Asan Matora from right back and shift my defense to a flat three, which we have Chilembe, my brother Elton, and David Tengu, three at the back, and then 5, and then 2. Yeah.
Yeah, because I need to confirm something because you took some of my players. Now
Yes.
I'm out of this. Okay, so with your coach now.
Coach, obviously, Charles Mhlawumbe, because he was the one coaching that group. So Charles will be the coach.
Charles Mshauri, right?
Yeah. Or it will be me. I'll be the coach because this is my team.
Yeah, since you are playing for my team, so yeah. Okay, so I will do like I'll start with energy. I'll take energy Mrambadoro. Yes, he was a good shop stopper, that one.
Yeah, he was very good.
And also, but what I didn't like about energy, about distribution, that I didn't like about energy. Yes,
Yeah, back then, a goalkeeper just had to be good with his saves. For the rest, it was like, okay, it's not your job.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, like I compare him with Capini.
yeah. But
Capini was good with ball
he was,
distribution.
he
Like
was,
he
he was
can launch
one.
a counter attack
I think
from
he was the best in Zim for when it comes to that.
to ball. So like it was like something that energy had Capini didn't have.
Yeah,
So
things like
it
that.
was hard
Yeah,
to choose. Depending
yeah,
with are you going attacking? I mean,
yeah.
then you will go with energy. Okay, so my right back, I'll go for Carlos Marx.
Okay.
Yeah, Mrewa. Growing up,
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
like.
and also I've seen, I think he was on the soccer star of the calendar something like 6 or 7 times. It says a lot about how good he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I also need to check. Then left back, who do I put left backs for Cavs? Yeah, because you took some of my players. So left back for Cavs.
There was Chelsea one.
I used to like Ioane. Yes, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I forgot him in the Caps colors. Yeah, Ioane was good. And there is
Yeah.
a debate. There is a debate. Like I don't know. Maybe the footage was not clear. In Afcon, first Afcon, who made that assist to Peter? That Peter went with a header. Was it Ioane or Gay?
It was Charlie.
It was Charlie, right? Yeah, because some people they say it was Gay. All right.
No, Mugay, there were 2 goals. Huh? Charlie did one and Mugay did another.
Gay did another one.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Wow. All right. It's fine. So I've got Yohani. Thanks for reminding me, Yohani. Yeah. All right. So I've got energy. I've got Yohani. Right back, who did Carlos
You
Marx?
did Carlos,
Yes.
yes.
Who else you didn't include who other two center backs?
On my center backs, I had Sengu, Chilembe, and my brother Elton. So
Hmm.
you do have a lot of choices.
Yeah. But help me on this one. Right? Who can?
Oh, center backs. I think because Edidina played the center back in South Africa for
Yes.
Cape Town, and for Orlando Pirates. He did some center back duties, and then there was Silva Chikwenje. There was Eramuna Pumezo.
I'll
I
take
think.
I'll take Dina.
And I think there was from hearing from people, there was Charles Banda. I'm not sure
Nah,
if you know, but
nah.
if you talk about people about Caps United, Charles Banda's name will be up there for that
Yeah.
position. Yeah,
Give me other options again. Then I'll remember.
Hassan Matora.
I'll take Asan. Yes, I'll take
Yeah.
Asan.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you take Kamwendo?
No, Joe is not in my team. He was just edged by Kundi.
Oh yeah, so I'll take Kamwendo. I'll play him. I don't know. Was he playing? He was playing midfield, right? Kamwendo
There was more coming from the left here. He
from the
was
left,
coming in from the left. So you need a defensive midfielder.
defensive midfielder. Chitembo, you took him.
No, Chitembwe, I took
I'll,
Ashley
I'll put
Wambanebo.
Commando. I'll put Commando.
Yeah, Jumi, center back, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I'll put Commando. Yeah, I'll put Commando. Hey.
That's why I told you earlier on, listen, KFC has a rich history, so many good players. If you want to do the best, you are just punishing yourself.
Yeah. No, but hey, this thing of KFC, you need to help me. I'm struggling. Okay. So I've got Commando, right?
Yeah,
So now we're going to the midfielders, right?
midfield, yeah.
Mm.
Because for you are selecting from the whole pool. You've got players like Joe Mugabe, Farai Mbitso, Lloyd Chitembwe in there, Paso Chisopo in there. Wow. Joe Shambo,
Farai was the striker.
no, he was attacking midfield.
He was attacking midfielder. Yeah, so on my 4, put Farai, Farai Mbizo. I'll play him as 8.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, then I choose
It's
a
not easy.
topic that, no, when it's the Warriors, it's easy for me. But when it's Caps or Dimbare, it's like,
It can never be easy with the Warriors. Never. The Warriors is
for me, it's
the
easy.
worst.
Nah, it's easy. It's easy when
Okay,
it's Caps.
listen.
Yeah.
For you, we are going to cancel the Caps United thing. Do the Warriors. Let's hear the Warriors. Yes, yes.
Yes, let me give you the Warriors. So I'll put
You see?
energy. I'll stick with
Energy.
energy. Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't want to disappoint Goku.
So you are putting energy ahead of Bruce Grobler, ahead of Gift Mzadzi. Okay.
Yeah. I'll put energy.
Okay.
Then
Yes.
I'll put John Piri.
JP. Okay.
Yes, I'll put John Piri. Then I'll put Dumisani. Dumisani Pof
Do
was
me.
right back, right?
No, we played center. He said center back. Yes.
Yes, I'll put him and Caetano.
Okay. Oh,
Then I'll
I can already see people saying you are missing this player. Warriors is more difficult. Yeah.
no. Warriors
We are not really. We are now left back.
with left back. Yeah, left back. I'll put Sharon
Okay.
Arlington. Yeah, I'll
Ali,
put
Ali, when he's listening to this, he's like, "Hey, I was not a left back." Huh?
What position was it?
No, in Zim he did play left back, but his European career, he was a midfielder.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, but I mean, like he's the one. Like he was good. He was good. Except that the
Mm.
last days now he lacked pace, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, he was
Uh,
good.
no,
Okay, then
Warriors
I'll
team.
go. Yeah, so I'm going to the midfielders now. So I'll go Benjamin Konjera.
Benji, okay, in front of the defense.
Yeah, I'll put him as a
Okay.
6.
So
I'll put him
Benji
as a
is
6.
ahead of Ezrom, is ahead of Tinashe, is ahead of Katsande. Okay.
But you see the good thing now, right, with people like Esrom, depending with the formation, right? I can make them twin with Esrom.
Okay. No, I'm just saying that we are listening to your team. It's getting exciting.
Yeah, I'm the
Okay.
coach. I'm the
Benji
coach.
is in front of the defense here.
So Benji plays with,
Okay.
yes.
Mm.
Is it making sense?
Like I said, the Warriors are more difficult than any
Yeah,
other
because
team.
it's remember again when you guys were playing Tinashe and Esrom, those guys they are more or less the same.
If you want them to be the same, they
If
look
you
like
want the
the
boxes
same.
to tick.
But they are different kind of players whom you can just say you do this role, you do this role. It depends with how you tell them
With how you
what you
want to
tell
use
them.
them. Okay. All right. So I'll put yeah. So I'll put Esrom, then I'll put sorry, I said
Benji and
Konjera
Ezrom.
and Esrom.
Yeah.
Yes, then I'll put on the wing. Who can I put on the wing? Lupasha. I'll put Joe.
Joe on the right. Okay,
Yeah, I'll put
congratulations, Joey. You've made it. Joe is it.
then there I'll put Madinda there. Madinda Love.
Where on the left.
Left here.
You can't put Madinda on the left.
Madinda
Madinda.
was he not a lefty?
No, he was right footed, I
He
think,
was right footed.
running
Okay,
that.
so
Yeah, running. Okay.
leave him. So left, I need to put someone left.
Difficult, huh?
I'll put Peter then left.
Okay, Peter. Good choice.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted him up front, but it's okay. Then I'll put Shingi.
Ooh, Shingi. Yeah.
I'll put Shingi Kaondera, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we need to shit because you played for my team. Then I didn't put you in. So
No,
which means
no, I cannot in this Warriors team. No. No. You you can't put Warriors team without putting knowledge.
No, no, he's not in my team.
No,
He's not in my
no,
team.
no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, I've got he's not in my team knowledge. Sorry.
Okay,
I've got digital Takawira.
okay, Vita. So okay,
I've
so
got
your team,
digital
yeah, it's done. Your team is done.
it's done. And I didn't put Benji. I wanted Benji.
They Shingi. You chose Shingi.
I chose Shingi. All right, all right. Let
So
me
you
sub
see,
Shingi. Let me sub Shingi, then I put Benji.
Wachairo, you are out. It's not me. So it's a Benji over.
It's a Benji over Shingi, yes.
Okay. No, the Warriors squad is it's more difficult to
Yeah,
pick.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, like, I think you need to define it one with the opposition
Yeah,
that you're gonna play with, and the kind of formation again. Remember,
yeah,
I was now stuck between Conjera and the
yeah.
Yellow Man.
Because the thing is, it's also about errors, Because
Mm.
if you look at it, we are talking about the area, about the Warriors. Then we are talking about top players like Sticks and Tisba being up there. You left out Moses Strunga, by the way. I'm not sure how you left out Moses Strunga.
Why
It
I left?
it
Why,
can't.
why I left Chunga
They
Silva?
already
Why I
already
left
we
Chunga?
say it can't.
I only
Eh,
watched one. I only watched one game of
you
Chunga.
have to give a disclaimer before.
Yes, yes. I made. Are you a
Yeah,
Dynamos? I can see. I can see where you can. No,
yeah,
no, no.
because once we
Yeah,
don't hear Moses Chunga, we're like, okay, we stop.
it's a problem. It's a problem.
You
Yeah,
see,
but Chunga, I was not fortunate to. I was young. I only watched.
yeah,
Remember the game
it
against
it was
Malawi? I think
it
we were
was
almost same
the
age. Yeah, yeah. I
it
think
was the same with me.
we only
I did
watched
not
that
watch
game
it.
against Malawi.
Yeah, but for
But
me,
then,
I was fortunate enough now to be around a lot of people who played with him and also
mm,
around him, and then managed to watch some videos here and there, especially here in Belgium.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Then and Madinda we did because you remember during the time of Fabish, I think about 10 minutes or so Madinda will be
yeah, yeah,
thrown in. So we
yeah.
watched lot of Madinda. Yeah, but thinking of it, the Warriors is tough.
Very.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's because
Imagine like now
when we're
you
talking
threw me.
about the Warriors, we are talking about the best in the country. So it's
Yeah.
like each and every time is the best.
And again, you threw me under the bus because people will come after me for knowledge.
On this one, I have to make sure that people know that on the Warriors selection, I'm not involved. Because
Yeah,
already when you listen, when you said right back JP, for me I was like, oh, I would go with the Mercedes Rambos, man. That's
and one thing I used to, but one thing I used to like about Rambo, he would not score much, but he would
yeah.
give you those moments where you leave your seat. Remember those thunderbolt
And then
shots that we hit the crossbar and come back? Yeah,
yes. And then later on, as you went in, you were like this and this, and then I'm like, no in Mapeza, no in Mapeza. So it's the national team is more difficult.
yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah, I mean, like you can't leave Norman in the midfield. Norman was creative.
No man was you could play also center back like your
Yes.
quality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you also had other guys. I was speaking with Evans.
Yeah,
That were not given much prominence, and I always speak about that player Mchumaili Moyo.
yeah. Machuma was really good.
What happened to him? Why he didn't like proceed? But he didn't
No,
play
you
for
have to, you
long.
have to you have to understand that in the beginning he was with the Simpsons, and
Oh, Chikwaza, yes.
Simpsons at that given moment I think you would not have a lot of players being selected coming from Simpsons at that moment. Then later on, when he moved to Dynamo, the preference was at most with the foreign-based players. But Chumaili was amazing. I knew him from the days when we were in school. You would know that, okay, like there is some Chuma in Blues.
Yeah, bro. That one was
Yeah.
he was my favorite player. But I was not a Dynamos fan. I was a Cape Scenery fan. But whenever I watch Michumali Moyo, I would enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
More also with Gidi, but Gidiza, yeah, yeah. People were like saying a lot of things about him, but to me, he didn't like impress me that much.
One,
Gidiza,
the
no,
thing
he
is,
didn't impress me.
listen, when for me,
Mm,
where I can say I improved my football, it was back in 2001. I was selected to play for this. It was a local-based Warriors team. I was in Form 4.
mm,
And then when I went, we were going to play in Zambia. Then when I went there, in the team, there was Kidiza, there was Johannes Ngozo,
mm.
there was Richard Choruma, there was Ona
Eddie
Gombani,
Mashir.
there was Eddie had to play final with Dynamo, so he was not selected.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm just saying, those guys, you go and train with them with the national team. After that, you say to yourself, wow, I have to improve myself here. These
They were,
guys are playing next level football.
yeah.
I swear to you, when you are with the national team, you see quality.
You see
And
quality.
whenever I trained with someone like Gidiza, you will be smiling.
Yeah.
You
No,
go,
no.
you train with Johannes Ngozo, you are like, okay, I have to learn those passes. I have to go spend hours on the training field next time I go back to my club so that my
Wow,
level can go up there.
can go up like them. Yeah, but tell me something on Gidiza, because maybe because I was not watching much action. I mean, like passing wise, you was good. Like ball distribution, I don't think more people can match Gidiza. But tell me now, when there is that transition now from let's say attacking to defend, we are attacking, you lose a ball, then how good was he in that space?
I think when you are defending, when you don't have the ball, it's not about individuals. It's about the whole system. It's a system how you move without the ball. You don't have to expect Gidiza to win you back the ball. He just have to be in certain areas to do his job to disturb.
Okay.
That's why he's playing with a defensive midfielder who is robust behind him.
But me, see first, when I'm coaching my boys, what I want is like when you are you are when possession is taken away from you, you should do something. Just pressure.
Yeah,
The person who's
put
yeah.
pressure. You do put pressure, but then at the end of the day, this is also very important for coaches. You have to know the kind of players that you have. It's not
Mm,
about the ideas that you have in your head. It's about the players that we have. Can my
mm,
players fit in the system that I want? Can my players fit in the philosophy that I have?
mm,
If
mm,
you've got a philosophy of playing the ball around from the back and stuff, and then you don't have the players who can play for the ball from the back, you are a bad coach for trying to make them play all the time
yeah,
because you
no,
don't
no, I
have the
understand.
players to do like that. So it's the same with
Yeah.
Gidiza. If you have him in your team,
Mm,
you know that his role is for making the passes. So he's going to just move around in a way of disturbing. It was just like Andre Pirlo in his teams. He was always in front of the defense, but he was not the one who is making those crude tackles. He's not the one who is winning the ball in that way. They have
mm,
guys in
mm.
front of him or beside him who are doing that, and then his job is to get the ball and make the passes.
Yeah, but Cephas, you have played at the highest level. There's an
Yeah,
advantage if you can do, like, if you are versatile. You understand?
yeah,
Because like because like when you lose possession and you can quickly recover that, then you're more of an asset. But I was saying it is in that aspect that I see Gidiza would lack. Yeah, correct me if I. So I would say he was fine. Going forward, he was fine. But that transition now of attack defense, that is where I had problem with that. It's unlike
no,
Esro.
you can't have a problem with Gidiza not defending. very good, but then also say you are okay with a defensive minded player not scoring goals or not giving assists, you should also have problems with them not being able to do that, isn't it? That's how we have to balance our how
You
we
know,
look at football.
you know how to present your case, but but the point that I'm making,
Yeah,
you understand because, like, I mean, looking at you, like, I know when you lose position, you were the kind of a player who could, like, not to say you're gonna win, but you see that moment when you put pressure to a player, you are delaying attack in some way. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So there are some players that, like, okay, when they lose the ball, then they are beaten, then they just wait now for counter, says, okay,
yeah,
when these guys win, now they can post to them and, like, but I mean, in my way of coaching, those are not the kind of players
that
that
you
I
want
want.
in your
That's why
team.
you see Gidiza, I didn't include him. But now put off Esrom. Esrom could sway. Do you remember when Ronaldinho came to South Africa?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Esrom
yeah.
would go with that player.
Ezra was a beast.
Yes. Then when you go up front, the Thunderbolt, you can launch them.
Yeah,
You understand? Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but I mean, like, it all goes down to, again, the opponents that
yeah,
you are playing. I remember the game that they put him first AFCON against Algeria. Gidiza was on fire that game, and, like,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
playing
It
those
is.
passes
Yeah.
to, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see, first we talked a lot. So then, have you been following the Warriors towards their Benin game? I know they are playing next week, right?
Yeah, it will be next week. Yeah. I
Mm.
haven't seen the guys who are called up. Have they announced anything yet?
I think I need to check. But, like, do you have any prior knowledge, with Benin national team, how they play and everything like that?
Currently, I'm not sure how they are doing,
Mm,
but I think in these qualifiers, they should no, they are just above us. I think they've got 3 points. We've got two. We're on two. They're on three. So, in a way, if we were playing at home,
mm,
this is the kind of game will be like, yeah, we have to collect points from Benin. But yeah,
mm.
when you are in a neutral place, it makes everything tricky.
Yeah, because I've been in the archives watching their games. Because what I also
Yeah.
want to do is I want to do pre-match analysis before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after this game. So when they were playing with Nigeria, what I noticed was that these guys, they are not good with maintaining possession.
Okay.
Yeah, they lose the ball easily. Maybe it was because Nigeria was more dominant. Because most of the time when they are going forward, right, you have less of the Benin guys in front of the ball. They play more behind the ball and they lose possession. But they are quick in their defense, in their attack defense transition. They are also
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes with the Warriors. So, but what can you say about the current coach that we have?
So far, so good.
So
So
far,
far,
so
so
good,
good.
right?
I think
Yeah.
we can't complain. We've been doing a good job.
Mm,
During the AFCON qualifier, we did excellent. For me, it was a job well done.
mm.
So we'll see going forward because we've got a tricky situation where we've got these uh, World Cup qualifiers where we've got 2 points and then the leading teams have got 7 points. And then at the same time, we've got AFCON, the actual tournament coming up in December. So it's a matter of how is he going to approach the World Cup qualifiers? Is it going to look at it as okay, we'll just use them as preparation for the AFCON, or we are going to try to go for the wins and stuff and stuff. So it's a tricky moment.
Yeah, so yeah, it's tricky, but it can be an advantage to say with the long stand, our chances of making it to the World Cup they are sketchy. Or
Yeah, yeah,
you can use this tournament to prepare for the AFCON. Just, yeah, trying to figure out the combinations that can work and stuff like that. Because it looks like he has got a large pool of selection of
yeah,
quality.
yeah.
I mean,
That's
the
how it
guys
is.
from England, the
Yeah,
Chirawas and other guys. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting.
yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yes. Hey, Ceiphas, I can't thank you enough, my brother.
No problem, no problem.
Thank you so much for coming back to the
You,
podcast. Yeah, and we will talk more again.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's the
Okay,
feedback?
question.
Are you getting any feedback from the guys concerning this program?
Yes, 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 yes. There are guys
Yeah.
who are just like, it's interesting with your podcast. It's a kind of an eye opener to some issues that some people would not have thought about,
Oh
when
yeah,
they
yeah.
finally hear some things from us, they'll be like, yeah, indeed, we have to look at things from that perspective, or even talk about those things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, because you see, this platform, when people can talk about football issues, one, again, it builds the culture.
Yeah,
Like what we have been doing, going to the archives, talking about the players that were long forgotten, and
yeah,
so we resurrect them.
yeah,
So
that's
it becomes like a culture in us.
yeah.
Something it's a legacy, and
Oh,
a legacy.
Munete Scott, Premier League go. Munete Scott.
Wow.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, he's our asset, man. Like, which
Yes,
team
yes, 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 yes.
are they
They are
playing?
playing against the Everton. It's now 1-1, 40
Wow.
minutes. Yes, so
But it's surprisingly how the coach is playing out of position, like, because
it's not
he,
out of position actually, because in France, the past 2 seasons, Marshall has been playing attacking midfielder. He was always just behind the strike.
yeah, but last game against the game against Liverpool, he was like up front.
Exactly, because the coach would have seen him with his attacking mind in France. Then he
Oh,
will
I
be like,
see.
okay, he can do a job there. So now
Wow.
we run in the box and good finish.
I need
Yeah.
to go watch. I need to go.
This is amazing.
How many minutes have they played now?
Now it's 40 minutes. First half, 40 minutes.
Let me go see the the other
Yeah.
half. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Sifa. So we might see you again next Saturday, right?
Okay, no problem. No
All
problem.
right, it's fine. So
Okay.
we'll talk, but
Okay, take care.
thank you so much, buddy.
No problem.